Welcome to the plot. I thought I'd just do a little garden update while I'm here watering. Got a good flow of water for a change down at the allotment, always helps. This is called the bird's nest, aka cocoa coral patch. A majority of the produce you can see here growing, namely carrots and beetroot, was given to me for Christmas, and in turn I dedicated to this patch to the lovely lady who gave them to me, and as you can see it's going extremely well. I've got some violet podded beans coming up through the sides just along here, literally just starting to entwine there. On this side I've got some cobra which are coming through. This little patch I had some radish in here the other day which I just harvested. I've got some more beetroot on this side, some spring onions here, and some more carrots here. As you can see, the carrots are looking extremely healthy. And I did think, oh no, I didn't. I thought I saw one coming through the other day, but it's one of my little clay pellets. But yeah, they shouldn't be much longer. Hopefully they go very well. What else have we got to show you? Potatoes. We've done our little potato test the other day, and I noticed it looks like plastic pot is winning because soil pot hasn't come through yet. So obviously interesting, early days and that. Also, while I'm rambling on, you see where it's pulling away at the sides? That indicates that the soil is dry. Yeah, I'm going to water it next, but yeah, it's just these little things I look out for. Also on that subject as well, these potatoes over here, that's a good example where that leaf is drooping. That's another indicator that the plant needs some water. See how they're drooping down. Also, another thing I like to do is use my finger, and I go in about 1/2 inch. That's roughly there. And during that feel, I can feel there's literally no moisture, there's no dampness in the soil whatsoever. So those are usually my 3 indicators to know when to need to water. In contrast, we've got this one here. As you can see, all the leaves are up, happy, strong, not drooping at all. So yeah, this is a good contrast to know what doesn't need water. Let me just move my hose over. And then I've got some more beans growing in here. So obviously the idea, if I stand back, is that it will grow up the trellis on either side, and then I can still access my veg in the middle, which will finish before my beans do. Another thing I noticed earlier that I wanted to show you is that little thing right there. So this is what I think is slug damage. They just come in and cleaned off the top. So yeah, a bit unfortunate that. I don't usually like using slug pellets, but to prevent that, I can't see much other ways. Okay, so we've got my peas here. They're growing up nicely. Just leave that one in. Looking very good. And I've got some more peas. This is pea alley really. Some monge too there. And some more peas there. I like to sort of help them on where I can, so that one I'll just wrap it around a bit and sort of just poke them in and just give them a helping hand. My first set of potatoes, which as you can see is going very well, don't need watering. And then if we go inside the greenhouse, we've got my cucumber, which you may have seen the video where I came earlier on in May and there was a late frost and it done a lot of damage, which is still there. I left some of it on, but as you can see, there's new growth. There's more new growth. There's more new growth. So there's even a little flower there. So yeah, she's definitely looking like she's gonna survive. Obviously she won't produce as much fruit as if she didn't go through the frost, but she's gonna produce something, which is amazing. If I move to the right, this tomato was also caught in the frost. As you can see, a bit short, but it's well stunted, it's a bit strong. It's come through nicely. And then also I've got this one here, which has also come back nicely. And then the other cucumber as well. And as you can see, this is, this is new growth, that's new growth. If I come up here as well, some new growth here, little new growth there. Yeah, the frost damage wasn't that bad. These other plants was put out either after. Oh, tell her that, there's another one. I got caught in the frost, but it's definitely growing back. And it's going to be stronger for it probably. This is the main one, the worst one, that I nearly pulled out of the ground. And as you can see, it's not long like the others. I've actually just sort of savagely cut it off. However, she's still growing, man. There's new growth all along there. Yeah, interesting to see how far that gets on, especially because I thought it was dead and I decided to put a tomato in to accompany it. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on that one. Got a couple more beans in here. Being a vegetarian, I like my beans. And a couple more beans in here. So all in all, the allotment's going exceptionally well after that frost. You may have seen me clearing this patch up, which is now my squash patch. Got some kale going in there. And there's some courgettes in here. They drink a lot. I've got to set up my little drip system for them. And these are Gold Rush yellow courgettes. Over here, I got my king pumpkin, which was given to me by my neighbour. Thank you very much for that. In the corner, I've got a squash that's given to me by a good friend. Thank you very much for that. This is a butternut squash that was actually burnt by the old frost as well. However, as you can see, after cutting back the dead foliage, it's come back extremely well. So I should definitely get some butternuts off there. That's another courgette, green courgette if I remember correctly. That was planted after the frost. This one was before the frost, but once again, let me get a bit closer. You can see there is new growth coming back in. I'm going to cut off these other dead leaves, or burnt leaves should I say, just in a little bit. And another butternut squash here, which was also in the frost, but has come back exceptionally well as well. So yeah, all in all, people ask, oh, what have you harvested at the allotment? Not much, I must admit. I took the tops off these onions the other day. That one's about to flower, so they're nearly ready. Radishes, I took some of those home. While I mentioned radish, when to harvest, I personally have been waiting till I get this seed pod on the top. Because yeah, I must admit I have been a bit eager myself and harvest them a little bit early, but it's still edible. there's no real problem in it. But yeah, that's my usual telltale sign for when to harvest my radish. And then my kale over here as well, which is going all right. Another thing I'd like to show you is my apple tree. I've been pruning my apple tree of recent. This one I haven't done as much because it is quite time consuming, believe it or not. But once again, it's a bit similar to my thinning process or topping process, in the sense that it just gives the plant, in this sense a tree, more energy to direct it to the right apples. So for example, this cluster of apples here, let's pull those leaves out of the way so you can see there's 5 apples here. Oh, there's another one around about 6. So quite a few apples on this cluster. As you can see, just about, because it's quite sunny, these two are about to touch, these two are about to touch, and eventually, chances are when this one gets bigger, it will droop down a bit and it will touch that one. So this usually encourages your pests and rotting and all other such things. So what I have been doing, like I said, it is still quite time consuming, is thinning down the apple tree. I have no real method to it except to not have more than 3 generally. Sometimes if space is allowing, I will have 4. Like this one for example, can already see that someone's been munching at that one. So that's the one that I will sacrifice. Literally just pull it off from the stem. These two seem a bit close, so I'm going to go for the lower one. Yeah, and I would suggest doing that if you have an apple tree. It's better to throw them away while they're little apples now, instead of having big rotten apples on the floor, going to waste as well. And obviously, like I said, because there's less apples, theoretically you should get a sweeter, more succulent apple, because not so much energy is having to be distributed across the whole tree. So this one, I'm going to be really mean and just leave one on there. Like I said, I don't really have no method, but I just know I can't eat all of these apples. I can't give away all of these apples. So yeah, there's no real point me having them in this stage. Strawberries are coming through. If you don't know what the strawberry process is like, let's see if I can find an earlier one. There's a flower here. Perfect. Which will start a bit like this flower. And then it progresses over into something a bit bigger like this flower. And then that flower will progress into a baby strawberry. Just behind those twigs there. Like so. So yeah, the strawberries are coming through. They're dotted around slowly. I try and raise them off the floor and loop them back on the leaves, if you will, just to try and keep them away from the slugs. But yeah, here's my strawberry patch. Needs a bit of a tidy up, but they are coming through. Hope in a couple of weeks, but I'll be here when they're ready. I'll just show you my other tree, which is a bit thinned down. Obviously it's not easy to see all of them, but most places I've done. Oh, I missed one here. It's too many. I'll take it down to 1 on that one. perfect. Perfect example, that one there. It's already rotten. Oh, it's literally fallen off. Didn't even have to trouble it too tough. And to there, as you can see, they're already touching. That's just too close. I'm gonna sacrifice the smaller one. Just have one there on the branch. But yeah, I think it's a job I'll get someone to do when they come down. Like I said, there's so many. And I'd thought I'd done quite a few on this side. I was showing off and I ain't done nothing. This scenario here, I'm gonna sacrifice the big one in the middle. That will allow ample space for them two to grow. Yeah, other than the strawberry patch, got the potatoes growing. Potato patch 4. And then I've got some more potatoes growing here. There's potato patch 1, 2, 3. Oh no, 4. Oh, so that's potato patch 5 over there. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the little update. See you next time.